hymns. And today I got a request from one of my students at Yoga 6 to lead the hot yoga sequence. And the hot yoga sequence is a set sequence that's designed by Yoga 6. So I got permission from the regional manager so I can guide you through that. And it's pretty nice to have a set sequence, something you don't have to think about. And it might feel nice for those of you who are familiar with the sequence just to do it again at home and to feel a little bit more familiar. So for the sequence, if you have a block at home, go ahead and grab it. If not, a pillow will work. Try to choose a dense pillow, and then we'll work out the rest. So go ahead and make your way onto your mat. Thanks for joining, everyone. We'll start in child's pose. Hey, Christine, what's up? So make your way to your mat. Have a seat on your heels with your shins on the floor and make your big toes touch, knees wide. Sit your hips back and we'll get started. Child's pose, balasana. I'll be guiding you through the hot sequence. Those of you who joined me, my name is Arielle Leon. And my intention for today is to take this moment to arrive, to allow yourself to be here at this time. To focus on what matters most, the breath, the connection, and really what I've been focusing on all week long, this intention of progress, not perfection, right? So don't worry about nailing the pose perfectly, just worry about progressing, whether it's deepening your breath, finding more focused attention, or maybe even exploring different versions of the posture. In your child's pose here, take a few more deep breaths. Progress, not perfection. Inhaling a little deeper with every round. One more full breath in. Exhale, smooth breath out. Now go ahead and make your way up onto your hands and your knees. Tabletop. Stack your wrists beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips. And on your breath in, melt your heart towards your mat. Lift your chin, cow pose. Exhale, round through your spine, relax your head down, cat pose. Doing that again, widen through your sitting bones, lift your tail, breathe in. Exhale, curl your tailbone towards the earth, draw the low belly in and up. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and down, feel your shoulder blades squeeze together on your back body. Exhale, push the ground away, separate your shoulder blades. One more, just like that. Inhale, melt your heart towards your mat. Exhale, lifting the back of your heart upwards towards the sky, drop your crown. Breathing into a neutral spine, shoulders back, ribs in. Walk your hands forward 1 finger's distance. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor, downward facing dog. 5 good breaths. One more deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists, coming into plank pose. Gaze beyond the edge of your mat. Loop your shoulders down and back. Push the floor away. Dome your upper back. Lengthening through your tail. Give your knees a gentle squeeze. And then press back through your heels. One more. Inhale. Exhale, lower your body to the floor. Slowly hug your elbows in as you descend. Roll your shoulders back and down. And when you land, untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Inhale, hover your head, your heart, and your hands off the mat. Feel your shoulders squeeze on your back. Then breathe in as you lift just a little more through your chest. Exhale, release forehead to the floor. Relax, take a breath. Let it go. Now repeat that. Press down with the tops of your toes. Inhale, lift your hands, your heart, and your head. Now slide your hands back just a few inches. Put them on the mat by your lower ribs, and then lift your rib cage off the mat. Option to keep your hips grounded for high cobra, or lift your hips and thighs if that feels all right on your spine. Keep a little bend in your elbows. Roll your shoulders down your back. Open up your throat. One more breath in. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, look up at your hands. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Walk or hop lightly to the top. Feet hips width apart, slide your hands up your shins, lengthen your spine halfway up. Exhale, hold on to opposite elbows as you fold back down. Ragdoll side to side if you like. Just feel your toes spread wide. Then lean your hips forward. Feel your toes come alive. Relax your arms down. Bend your knees as you round your spine and roll your body up into standing. Inhale. Shrug your shoulders down your back. Exhale. Inhale, float your palms wide to the sides, all the way up overhead. Hands connect. Exhale, hands to chest. Option to bring your big toes to touch. Interlace all your fingers except for your index fingers. Now breathe your sword mudra high to the sky. Inhale. Lean your sword mudra to the right. Exhale. Ground into your left heel. Breathe into your left lungs. One more round. Breath. Exhale. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Now lean to your left. Breathe out. 2 more breaths. Lift your chin off your chest. Last round. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, pull your hands through your heart. Widen your feet back to hips width apart. Place your hands on your lower back. Lengthen your tailbone towards your mat. Press your hips forward. Lift your heart skyward and let your head drape back. Hug your elbows together behind you. Take 1 more breath. Let it go. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, fold forward. Trace your hands down the back of your thighs, chin to chest, the very end of your out breath. Inhale, halfway rise. Meet me in the plank pose. Place your hands on your mat, step your feet back. Take a deep breath in, high at the top. Exhale, chaturanga, tricep push-up. Hug your elbows in as you lower. Inhale, choose baby cobra or upward facing dog as you breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to bend your knees and tuck your toes or roll over your feet. Ground into the ball mounds of your palms the most. And then stretch your right leg high into the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, place your right foot between your thumbs. Keep your left palm grounded underneath your shoulder and twist your right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back body. Feel your right big toe pushing into the ground and keep that right knee in close. Now pull your right hip crease back as you twist just a little more. Last breath. Release, right hand to the floor. Inhale, step right foot back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Squeeze your knees the whole way through. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Breathe your left leg to the sky, nice and high. Exhale, glide your left foot between your thumbs. Root through your right hand and lift through your left hand. Inhale. Repeat all the same technique with the shoulders and the front foot. And then squeeze through that back knee. Feel your right quad turn on your right glute. Gazing up at that left thumb. 1 more breath. Twist with everything you've got. Exhaling. And then release. Left hand to the mat. Inhale, step it back. High plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Feel free to use your knees for modified chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Let it go. Then lift your right leg to the sky again. Breathe in. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Keep that back heel lifted as you rise up into high lunge. Arms by the ears. Shoulders back, ribs in. Stack the right knee over the ankle and press back through your left heel. Lift through your gaze, your chin. One more inhale. Spin your left heel to the mat. Fan your arms wide to a T. Warrior two. Gazing forward. Can you see your right big toe just inside the line of your right thigh? Then shift your eyes beyond your right fingertips. Sink a little deeper into that right thigh. Then breathe in as you hover your ribs up off your hips. Exhale, reach forward, rest your right forearm on your right thigh, left hand to the sky or alongside your ear, side angle pose. Exhale. Guiding that right knee open, breathe in. Draw the right sitting bone under, breathe out. Two more rounds, strong in your left quad and glute. One more right here. Awesome, rise up through your warrior two and reach your right arm up over your head, reversing your warrior. Deepen the bend in your right leg. Take one more in-breath. Exhale, windmill your hands all the way down to frame your right foot. Inhale, step your right foot back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga is a choice. Do so mindfully if you move through it. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Other side, stretch your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Strong inner thighs will help you rise with ease, with grace, with lightness. Stack your left knee over your ankle. Feel that right glute fire. Lengthen through your tail. Lift the front of your waistband and maybe also your heart and your eyes. One more breath in. Turn your heart to the right. Spin your right heel to the ground. Warrior two. Let your left heel intersect the inside of your right foot. Sink into it. Two more breaths. On this inhale, hover your ribs a little higher up off your hips. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Left forearm to the thigh. Right hand to the sky. Or any variation you explored on the other side. Explore your depth. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, rising up, reverse your warrior, left arm overhead. Deepen through the left knee. Exhale. One more big breath in. Ride your out breath. Cartwheel your hands to your mat. Inhale, lengthen left foot back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, tricep push-up. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Smooth breath out. Connect to the rhythm of your breath. And let it guide you through that sequence. One breath per movement. Take one more round here. Inhale. Exhale. Now dance with your breath. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot between your thumbs. Stack your knee over your ankle. Inhale to rise up, high lunge. Exhale, turn to the left, fan your arms wide, warrior two. To stay for the in-breath, hover your ribs. Exhale, reach forward and rest, right forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Inhale as you rise up, reversing your warrior, right arm high. All the way down you go. As you exhale, plant your palms, keep breathing out. Step back to plank, keep breathing out. Lower towards the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hey, Charlie. Other side, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Strong inner thighs as you rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Ground your right hand, heel, arms wide. Breathe in. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Rising up, left arm overhead, reversing. Exhale all the way down from plank into chaturanga. Breathe everything out. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Got one more round. Exhale, gracefully step it through. Inhale, rise, arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Spin your left heel to the mat. Stay for the in-breath. Create space in your waist. And then reach forward and rest. Right forearm to thigh, or maybe get a little deeper this time. Inhale as you rise up. Soar your right arm high. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to your mat. Breathe out, step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, left leg lifts. Breathe in. Exhale, glide your heel between your hands. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Open to the right, ground your right heel, arms fan wide. Breathe into the ribs. Reach forward and rest, left forearm to thigh. Inhale, rising up, left arm high. Exhale, all the way down you go. Plank to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through upward dog. Exhale, you choose downward dog or child pose. Progress, not perfection. Witness how your breath is transformed, how it's expanded. Your body, now that we've entered this flow state. Always growing, always transforming. Meet yourself again. One more deep breath. Here in the child's pose, make your way back towards downward facing dog. Now inhale as you lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, place your right foot between your thumbs again. This time, heel toe your right foot to the right, so you can place both hands inside of your right ankle for runner's lunge or lizard pose. Now, if you want to maintain the heat, keep that back knee lifted. If you want a little more flexibility in your practice today, lower the back knee. You can choose to bring your elbows to the mat as well, or add a quad stretch, right hand reaching for left ribs. Wherever you are, be there with all of your attention, all of your breath. One more cycle. Awesome. Now rise back up onto your hands. Heel toe your right foot in between your thumbs. Keep that right knee stacked on top of the right ankle, and then place your right hand on top of your right thigh. Extend your left arm forward and then upwards towards the sky. Take a deep breath in on the left side of your waist. Then exhale to twist your left elbow outside your right thigh. Press right hand into left. Roll your shoulders back. Option to tuck your left toes and lift your left kneecap. Turn on the left quad and the left glute. Keep that right big toe grounded down. And then pull your right hip back as you look up. Awesome work. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Inhale, step your right leg back. Option to hover it in the space as you lower to chaturanga with 3 limbs. Inhale, upward dog. All your toes on the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, lift your left leg, breathe. Exhale, step it through. Heel toe your left foot to the left. Runner's lunge, also known as lizard pose. Choose if you're going to keep that back knee lifted or lower it. Maybe the elbows land on the blocks, the pillow, or the floor. If you're going for the quad stretch this time, your left hand reaches for your right foot. Explore one more breath. Exhale. If your foot is in your hand, let it go. Heel toe your left foot in between your thumbs. Stacking left knee over ankle, left hand over left knee, right arm upwards towards the ceiling. Spiral your shoulders back and down. Take a breath in from your grounded knee to your lifted fingertips. Exhale, twist, right elbow outside the left thigh. Press left hand into right. Roll your shoulders down your back. Feel that equal and opposite force of your right elbow pushing into your left knee. And then hover the back knee off the mat if you tried that on the other side. And if you're lifting that back leg, turn on the quad and the glute. Feel your left big toe stay on the floor as you turn your eyes up towards the sky. Steady in the breath. Progress, not perfection. It's okay if you fall, just try again. 2 more. Release, hands to the floor. Lengthen your left leg back, 3 limbs plank perhaps. Ekapada Chaturanga if you wish. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Last round. Make your way towards the middle of your mat. Walk your feet forwards. Walk your hands backwards. Feet are going to be hips width apart as you slide your hands underneath the soles of your feet for Tadahastasana. Try to get your toes all the way to your wrist crease. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Then roll your shoulders away from your ears. Pull up on your feet with your hands. Let the elbows bend side to side if you have extra length to work with. Forehead towards the shins and maybe the legs start to lengthen. Try to stack hips over heels. Be brave, lean forward. Find that tipping point. Exhale. Now slide your hands out from underneath your feet. Come towards a flat back. Keep your flat back. Hands slide up to your hip crease. Elbows towards the ceiling. Exhale. Now breathe in to rise up the rest of the way to standing. Relax your arms by your sides. Pause in mountain pose. Close your eyes. Press down with the big toes. Lift up with the kneecaps. Lengthen through your tailbone. And feel your shoulders squeezing on your back. Find that center point of stillness. One more breath. Very nice. Now open your eyes. Reach your hands forward in front of your shoulders. Move your hips back. Bend your knees forward. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Now scoop your shoulders back and down. And then bring the arms up by the ears. Hug the lower ribs back in. And then see if you can shift your hips back so your weight shifting to your heels. Then bend your knees a little bit deeper. Utkatasana. 3 more breaths. 2. 1. Now rise up. Reach your arms up over your head. Keep your arms reaching overhead as you rise onto your tippy toes. Imagine someone was pulling you up by your hands. Now keep that upward lift as you bend your knees again. Lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. The arms can stay up by the ears, or you can reach them forward in front of the shoulders. Chair pose on the tippy toes. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. Hug the navel towards the spine. Activate your inner thighs. Steady focus. Shaking's okay. Playing small isn't. Do your best. 1 more breath. Okay. Inhale to rise all the way up overhead onto those tippy toes. Awesome. Relax your heels down, your arms down. Take a shoulder shrug. Okay. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale as you lift your arms up. Exhale, weave your right arm underneath your left arm. Spiral your forearms for eagle. Lift your elbows in line with your shoulders and shrug your shoulders down your back. Bend your knees like chair pose. Now shift all the weight onto your left foot. Hover your right thigh and drift it over the left. Maybe the toes land behind the calf, or they can land on your mat. Just keep grounding into your left big toe as you swivel your knees to the right an inch or so. Squeeze the inner thighs and the biceps, and maybe you make it a sleeping eagle today. Elbows towards the knees. 2 more deep breaths. And start to unwrap your arms, followed by your legs. Reach up overhead. Straight into the other side. Exhale, left arm under right. Forearms spiral. Elbows lift. Shoulders back. Bend into your knees. Shift the weight onto the right foot so you can lift the left as high as you can. Left thigh over right. Toes behind the calf perhaps. Squeeze and sink. Keeping that right big toe grounded, move your knees to the left. Take your time. Only when you're steady, challenge yourself by drawing your elbows in towards your knees. As long as you're breathing, you've made the right choice. 2 more deep breaths. You've got this. Awesome. Start to unwrap your arms, followed by your legs. Arms up overhead. Hands together in front of your chest. Exhale. Big toes touch. Pause. Take a breath. Let it go. Stand on your left foot for tree pose. Open up your right knee. Place your right foot against your left ankle, shin, or inner thigh. Take your time. As you ground through the left big toe, dig your right heel into your left leg. Lengthen through the tail. And if you're feeling steady in the trunk, lift your branches up overhead. Maybe the eyes travel up towards the sky. Or you can explore any other variation. Leaning to one side, taking your hands behind your back like a reverse namaste or a vine. Progress, not perfection. Take one more breath in, grow a little lighter. Exhale, release your left foot to the mat, your right foot to the mat, and then switch it up. Standing on your right leg, tree pose. Left foot rests against your right ankle, shin, or inner thigh. Steady the bounce. Steady the breath. And the eyes. And then explore your edge. Arms rise. Shift your drishti, your eyes. Keep focusing on the right big toe, pushing down, left foot digging into the right leg. Trust that feeling to hold you as you explore your variations. 3 more breaths. Awesome. Go slow to release. Hands towards heart, foot towards floor. Take a moment, release, shake it off. Now take a step back with your right leg so you can turn to face the long edge of your mat. And then stand with your feet about 1 leg's distance apart. Make your heels wider than your toes. Open your arms wide, turn your palms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Now your hands can land on your blocks, on your mat, your ankles, your shins. Just imagine you could tear your mat apart by pushing down with the outer edges of your feet and pushing out. Widen through your sitting bones, lift through your tail, drop your crown. 3 more rounds. Inhale, walk your hands out underneath your shoulders, find a flat back. Bend your knees slightly, bring your hands to your hips, and then rise up with the rest of your spine all the way to standing. Now turn your right toes towards the back of your mat. Extend your arms wide to a T as you breathe in. Triangle pose. Reach out beyond your right toes. Pivot your right hand down towards your shin, your block, or your thigh. Gazing up at that left hand, breathe in. Same scoop of the shoulders, squeeze them together on your back. Lengthen through your tailbone, lift the front of your waist. Option to bring that left arm long by your ear. 2 more breaths. Very nice. Inhale, coming back up to standing. Turn the right toes in and the left toes out. Triangle pose, facing the other way. Breathe in as you lengthen through your fingertips. Exhale, reach out beyond your front toes. Tilt that hand down towards your shin, your thigh, or your block. And then imagine you are hanging from the sky with that lifted palm. Reach up. Let the quads turn on, but don't hyperextend. Add a little bit of a bend. Breathe. Option to bring the right arm by the ear. 1 more, big breath. Awesome. Coming back up to standing. Bring your hands to your hips. Steps forward to the top of your mat. Feet hips width apart. Take a breath in. Step your left foot behind you. 1 leg's distance between your feet. Feet hips width apart for pyramid pose. Shoulders back and down. Lift through your chest. Exhale, lead with your heart as you fold forward, and then touch your hands to your shin, your mat, or your blocks. Now shift more weight into your front foot. Evenly distribute the weight between your 2 legs. And then pull that right hip back. Squeeze the inner thighs, and then continue to fold in. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Lengthen through your spine. Pause halfway up. Set up for the twisted version of this pose. Keep your left hand down on your block or your mat underneath your chin. You can also put it on your right shin. Right hand to the low back to begin. Then turn your heart to the right. Look up at the sky. Stay like that, or right arm lifts up by the ear. Hug to the midline. 1 more breath. Release the right hand down just for a moment. Bend your right knee. Take your hands onto your hips. Rise all the way to standing. Roll your shoulders back, hug your elbows in, and then fly your arms behind you. Now spin your left heel off the floor and go slow as you tilt forward into Warrior 3. As your back leg lifts, then your chest lowers. Shoulders squeeze. Tailbone long. Round into the right big toe. And spiral your inner left thigh to the sky. Lower that left pinky toenail. Take 1 more breath. Now rise up to standing. Feet at the top of your mat. Arms up over your head. Exhale, hands to the hips. Pause. Take a breath in. Exhale, place your right foot behind you. 1 leg's distance. That right foot is turned out 45 degrees. Hips straight ahead. Breathe in. Lead with your heart. Dive in. Support yourself with your hands on the floor, the shin, the blocks, and then a little more weight in the left foot. Hug the left hip back, and then dive into your pyramid pose. Check in with the back of your neck and your jaw. Progress, not perfection. Doesn't matter how close your nose gets to your knee or your fingers to your toes. Just breathe. All right, let's get twisted. Halfway lift, breathe in. Right hand stays down on the mat, the foot, the shin. Left hand to the lower back. Now as you push down into those points of contact, turn your heart to the left. Look up. Feel that level sacrum underneath your left hand, and then reach up. Pull your left hip back. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Last breath. Gazing down, walk your right hand forward, and both hands forward to the ground. Bend your left knee, hands to the hips, rise up to standing. All right, from here, we'll set up for our warrior three. Spin your back heel off the mat. Extend your arms behind you. Lead with your heart. Dive forward. Lift your right leg. Spiral your right toes in. Right hip parallel to the left. Absorb the length of your right thigh bone into your pelvis. Hug that left hip back. Squeezing your shoulder blades on your back body. Lengthen through the standing leg. Last breath. Awesome. Rise up to stand. Feet at the top of the mat. Arms overhead. Relax your arms by your sides. Pause. Take a breath. Bring your feet together. Shift all the weight onto your right foot. Reach your left hand back. Grab your left inner ankle. Narrow your knees. Bring your right arm up by your ear. Catch your balance. Stay here as long as you need. Only when you feel steady, bend your right knee. Draw your left foot back into a bow. When you feel steady in the bow shape, tilt your chest forward around the axis of your hips. When you can't tilt anymore, try to touch your left foot to the sky and your left hip towards the floor. Feel free to keep the bend in your right knee as long as you need. Progress, not perfection. But if you're feeling steady, breathing all right, start to lengthen through the right leg. Last 3, 2, 1. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, release. Shake it off. Let it go. Our past does not have to predict our future. We just start all over again. Spread out the left toes. Reach your right hand back and reach for the inner right ankle. Narrow the knees. Left arm by the ear. Find steadiness here. Only then, little bend in the left knee. Right foot comes back into a bow. Steady, steady. And then tilt your bow around the axis of your hips, keeping the bend in the left knee the whole time. Then the right foot tries to touch the sky. Your right hip wants to touch your mat. Keep that kick, that equal and opposite force, and maybe the left leg lengthens. Last breath. You've got this. Awesome. Kick yourself back up. Exhale. Release everything down. Take that shoulder shrug. Wash it out. Let it be enough to stand on your own 2 feet. One more breath. Now bring your feet together. Lift your arms up. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway rise on the in-breath. Toe squat on the out-breath. With your hands on the floor, bend your knees. Lift your heels. Bring your hips all the way down to the back of your ankles. And tuck your nose in between your knees. Stretch the arches of your feet. 3 more. Good breaths. Now when you lower your seat, come into boat pose. Hips on the ground, cover your shins. Gazing forward, roll your shoulders down your back, hug your navel to your spine. Squeeze through the knees and the big toes. Take 1 more breath in. Now hold on to your thighs. Gently lie your spine down on the floor. Keep your knees over your hips. Place your hands behind your head. Hover your head and shoulders off your mat. Take a breath in. Now touch your right elbow to your left knee as you extend your right leg. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Lengthen the left leg. Inhale, back to center. 60 seconds, yoga bicycles. Exhale as you twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Use your breath out to tone those abdominals. And as you extend your long leg, get it just an inch above the earth. Feel those low abs turn on. See if you can touch your elbow to the outer knee. Get your shoulder blade off the floor. Exhale. Side to side, follow the breath. Exhaling while you twist. Now we're halfway through. If you want a little more heat, option to lengthen through your legs and then reach for the outside of your foot. That's lifted up towards the sky. Exhale. You're doing great. Finish strong. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Arms can be down by your sides, or you can place them on your belly. Take some big belly breaths. Stretch your abdominals from the inside out. Take the biggest breath into the belly. Let it go. Now that we've calmed back down, go ahead and bend your knees. Place your feet on the ground. Extend your arms alongside your mat. And see if you can feel your heels at the edge of your fingertips. Press your head into the floor. Roll your shoulders down your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now breathe everything out. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, lift your hips up. Bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Interlace the hands if you like. Roll the arm bones under the torso. Dig your elbows through the floor. Lift your hips, lift your chin off your chest. Narrow knees. Fill your vessel with breath. 2 more. Awesome. Release your interlaced hands. Relax your back down onto the floor. Widen your heels. Rest the hands on the belly. Close your eyes. Breathe. Round 2. Repeat the same pose, or I'll talk you into full wheel. Arms by your sides. Exhale everything out. Inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Option to stay here, or bring your hands back by your shoulders. Rise under the crown of your head. Extend your arms and your legs. 5 breaths. Remember to use your inner thigh muscles, especially when you back bend. Narrow your knees, hug them towards one another. And then create more length in your back by lengthening your tailbone towards your knees. Push the floor forward with your feet. 1 more deep breath. Awesome. Release chin to chest. Let the back of the head land on the mat. This time, widen your feet and tick-tock your knees side to side, keeping the knees bent. Just a gentle twist for the low back. When you feel complete, hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. One more breath. Now place your hands on the back of your thighs. Pump your legs forward and back. Rock yourself up into a seat. Crisscross your shins. Come into plank pose. Hands at the top of your mat. Step your feet back or your knees back. Stack your bones and support your bones by squeezing your muscles to them. A little bit in the elbows. Knees be on the edge of your mat. 1 more breath in. 5 counts to the floor. Hold your elbows in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Untuck your toes. Bring your arms back by your sides. Palms facing the mat. Exhale as you lengthen through your tailbone. Inhale, lift your head, chest, arms, and legs. Shavasana. Shoulders squeeze. Breathe into your ribs. Big toes pressing in. Lengthen through your tail. And as you press back through your toes, beam your heart forward. 1 more. Inhale. Awesome. Release your right cheek to the mat. Relax. When you're ready for round 2, you have option to reach back to hold onto your feet, Dhanurasana, or repeat the pose you just did. Same rules apply. Narrow your knees, lengthen through your tail, squeeze your shoulders on your back. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Squeeze an imaginary block between your thighs. Exhaling. Kick your feet back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And breathe into your ribs, beam your heart forward. Hug the chin in just a little bit. Then kick and reach a little bit more. Inhale. Awesome. Release. Turn your left cheek to the floor. When you're ready for child's pose, place your hands under your shoulders. Press your hips back onto your heels. Big toes together, arms all long in front. Rest your forehead on the floor and breathe into your back body. Exhale. Inhale, rise back up towards hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor, lengthen your legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your right shin behind your wrists. Pigeon pose. Knee towards the right wrist, toes towards the left wrist. Untuck your left toes. Your shoulders back and down. Look up. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Rest your chest down. Your head down. Take 10 breaths.
Seems impossible to feel when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you and the world's all around me. Oh, just to look at you, and I know it's gonna be. I love you.
Last breath. Inhale, walk your hands up underneath your shoulders. Tuck your left toes under. Stretch your right thigh to the sky, three-legged dog. Open up the hips. Option to flip into wild chick. Left hand on the ground. Turn your right toes to the floor behind you. Lift through your heart and your fingertips. Push off your right foot. Flip yourself around. Lower your right foot to the ground. Shift all your weight into it and lift your left leg. Breathe in. Exhale, left shin behind the wrists. Sink your hips, stretch your right heel back behind you. Take a breath in to lift your chest. Exhale, walk your hands forward and rest. Forehead towards the floor. Pigeon pose. 10 breaths. Now just count in your head. Inhale, exhale, 1. All the way up to 10. Try not to lose track. I want you to exhale out of your mouth. And see if you can fall a little farther into the ground with every breath out. Letting something else go. With every round. Whether it's tension in your hips or your shoulders, or a recurring thought floating in your head. About 5 more breaths to let it go. clothing. Once you've reached that 10th breath, walk your hands up under your chest. Tuck the right toes under, lift your hips, lift your left thigh, three-legged dog. Open up the front of your pelvis to the side, or flip it over to wild thing. Right hand stays on the floor, left toe spiral around. Try to keep that right leg strong, straight, so you lengthen through the left arm. Wild thing, let your heart sing. One more breath. And then push off your left toes to flip yourself over again. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale. Enjoy one more breath. Now you can practice your jump through or bend your knees to the ground, swing your heels around. Otherwise, lift the heels, bend the knees, hop your feet to the top or hop your feet through, have a seat. Now here's where you want to grab that block or the pillow if you have one. And then we're going to bring our back body to the floor. So if you need any water before you do that, go for it. Once you lie on your back, bend your knees like when we did bridge pose, feet on the mat. Lift your hips up off the floor. Take that block underneath your hips, your sacrum, or your pillow. Roll your shoulders back, palms facing up. Extend your arms. And then draw your knees towards your chest. Lift your feet up towards the sky. Supported shoulder stand. Close your eyes. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. Press into your feet, lift your hips off your block. Move your block out from under you. Relax your back down onto your mat. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hold onto it with your hands. Lengthen through your left leg. Bring that right knee towards your right armpit so you can find wind removing pose. Option to flex and point that right ankle down, cracks out. And then flex through your left heel like you're standing on something. Compress the right hip crease, one more breath. And then twist your right knee across your chest. Scooch your left hip back so it's underneath your right hip. And then open your right arm to the right, look to the right. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Coming back around to center. Switch your legs. Hug the left knee in. Lengthen the right leg. Roll the ankle in circles. Draw the knee towards the armpit. Twist. Left knee to the right. Right hip under left. Left arm wide. 5 good breaths. Exhale. Coming back to center, breathe in, squeeze both knees in. Lift your nose up towards your knees. Take one more squeeze, inhale deeply. Exhale to release into corpse pose, Shavasana. Rest your head on your mat. Roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale out of your mouth. Let your jaw stay relaxed. Turn your eyes down in their sockets. Feel everything that is touching the floor getting a little bit heavier. Take as much time here as you need. When you're ready to reawaken, do so by deepening your breath.